You see, I feel highly entertained by Tinubu's rhetorics, the way he's dramatizing his own role, in Nigerian democracy. Luckily, we're all alive. Please go. Luckily, we're all alive. We're all there. We're all, participants in that particular, sphere of political activity. So I was in the middle of it. Tinubu became relevant and noticeable after Abiola took over government. Before then, he was the Senate, was the secretary of the party. And with all respect to him, you see, he was part of those people who were supporting Babangida's annulment of June 12. He was part of it. His own mother, Haja Mogaji from Lagos, was organizing Lagos marching women to come to Abuja to pledge, support for Babangida. I'm saying this because it's simply history. I mean no harm. I mean don't mean to embarrass him. But then you see, he was actively handing gloves to Babangida. Now, when Babangida saw the fact that he was having a problem with the party, he went to the National Assembly to address them. One infamous speech was, they are trying to incite you. It is you they are against. Tinubu was there, and IU became very, very firm and straight on the issue of June 12. He called a meeting, then being the only senior elected person in government at that time, as Senate President. He convened a meeting in Edo, in Benin, working there with the governor, where we went there and reaffirmed our commitment to June 12. All right? Babangida was so angry with IU. When he came back, he removed him and put in a better arrow. He put him there so that they can be aligned to Babangida, political kind of machinations. So when Tinubu today, after being a Nigerian president, decided to rewrite history, trying to maybe deconstruct history and then rewrite it, then it is very, very amusing because he was part of the Babangida support of June 12. He was part of it. Now, it was only when Abiola took over government that Tinubu then became our so-called activist of June 12. Not only him, all those who are talking about June 12 in Edeko, I mean no harm, I mean no disrespect. I'm simply saying what happened during that time. All of them, those people in Edeko, where were they on June 11? They had no part in June 12. They are not part of June 12 campaign. They are not part of the June 12 activities. What they are not, because most of them are saying they should down look. All of them. Because they don't believe that it won't work out. So when Abiola won the election, and then after the annulment, they are all very, very passive. But suddenly after Abacha came on board, removing Sonekam, they became activists. They formed NEDECO. NEDECO was opposed to election formation. NEDECO was something which was formed, to fight Abacha, not to fight democracy, not to fight for June 12. So whatever Tinubu is doing today is simply reconstructing history the way he thinks is going to fit his own political interests. But then obviously he was a major supporter of Babangida. Ask Babangida, ask him. So when you talk about, already June 12, what are those characters? Ebotere, somebody who replaced Ayu for June 12? Who are the others? All of them. So he ran away. We stayed behind. We fought Abacha. I was detained, because of my fight with Abacha. I was detained. He was detained. So all of us, Adamu Churuma, Bola, Ege, Yoche, Ayu, and many others, Bagaji, all of them were there. We fought Abacha. We fought him because we were willing to risk our lives. Tinubu ran away. He was not in the country. He only came back after the whole thing was, after the call was very, very clear. So what I'm saying is, all those advocates of June 12, they are more concerned with the bath water rather than the baby. They are more concerned because most of them were at the end of the meal when the product was being processed. They simply picked up the product. The process which produced the product, they are not there. They're not part of it. They only pick the product. And today it's not about the victor, but it's about the victory more than anything else. So they make this kind of distinction. There is difference between the victory and the victor. The NEDECO were more concerned with the victory than the victor. As far as they are concerned, in the bathwater they are trying to use, they are trying to hang on to their own kind of riding on top to reinvent, history in Nigeria. Otherwise, I feel embarrassed for the president for the way he's talking. Honestly, ask anybody. Go ask anybody. We are all there. Ask Ayu, ask Gerigana. They are all there. Ask Rangiwa. So what is happening today in Nigeria is simply something very, very laughable. people, who had no political pedigree, who had no political history, who are not known as fight with the freedom fighters, are now at the forefront fighting for Nigerian democracy. It's so laughable.
Good day, my distinguished viewers, and welcome back from the video you just watched. We are everyday people. We speak the truth and nothing but the truth. If you are working with a Yoruba man, make sure to keep him in the front where you can keep an eye on him. They betray really fast with high precision and craftiness. Though not all, but majority of Yoruba people are like that. Both in workplaces, in the church, and even in politics, as you all know. In this video, you can now see that the Northerners are talking. I think maybe there is an element of truth in this talk. What do you think? I know Nadeko fought Abacha and not for the installation of June 12th presidential election winner, MKO Abiola. I also know President Tinubu alongside John Oyegun and others ran away from Nigeria till Abacha passed away. I also remember late Chief Tony Enaholo was arrested that period and kept at Port Harcourt prison. Pa Ajasin of Ondo State didn't run away from Nigeria. Instead, he stood to fight the return of power to a democratic government. I am surprised hearing people saying President Tinubu, the last man standing in the struggle for actualization of June 12th. This is a very, very funny one of my country people. Anyway, Oga, it is too late. Thank you for the late information. We not talk since because not be Hausa man be president. You know, say me, I go talk both the good and the bad. Please, make una not drag us back again. You people allowed him, President Tinubu in question, to get the seat before you are speaking out. That's what they call it is too late to cry when the head is off. Politics in Nigeria these days has no morals, no ideology or visions. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo never supported June 12th and he became president of Nigeria. Buhari works with Abacha and still became president of Nigeria. Many politicians gathered to celebrate the Babangida's book and achievements recently. You are all aware of that. You people, Nigeria is just a joke. Nigeria needs robust discussion or visions for better future on our economy, on our security, on our unity, and so on and so forth. Not all these jargons about the past. Of what use is this revelation to us now, Oga? Oga, of what use? Any revelation that will not reverse fuel price back to 65 naira or bring down prices of foodstuff should remain